me. If I could choose for a topic on today, it would be remember me. All the time we are asking God to remember us. But in this one instance, he's asking man to remember him. Not just his many names, but because of who he is and what he's done and what he's doing and what he's going to do for us. We find that the book of Ecclesiastes is called the book of the preacher. It's been attributed to none other than King Solomon, one who had a relationship with God and decided to touch the pleasures of a lifetime to see where the current of this world will carry him to. But in the midst of his trials, in the midst of his test, God spoke and said, remember me.
Yes, Lord.
While the days are not evil. See, it's good to remember God when everything is going well.
Well.
But when all hell breaks loose, we can't help but to remember God. When the dog is chasing the cat and the sister fighting the brother and the uncle ain't talking to the auntie and it seemed like tooth and tongue done fell out of you and you done bit your tongue and it hurt bad and you done, so it's easy to call on God. When all hell break loose. Those are the evil and dark days when you're in pain, when you're groaning, when you're hurting deep down on the inside. Oh yeah, he don't have a problem with us calling on him then. But when things are going fine, when things are going well, here we must recognize a few points. We're going to look at God, the creator. We're going to look at man, the created. And we're going to look on the increase, which are the pleasures of man. Now here we will find that God is simply speaking to the preacher and telling him to remember him. Because there's a long list of things that's going to happen to man's frail body. Oh, you may be having strong shoulders now. You may be able to eat steak now. You may be able to run as fast as you can now. You may be able to see as far as an eagle now. But God said, remember me now. For the time is going to come that you might forget all about me. And for some reason or another, we seem to get amnesia when it comes to the pleasures of this life. We seem to forget all about God and make it about me, myself, and I. We forget about the Creator and start to think about the created. We lean from God and then we start to lean on our own understanding and we forget about that it is not us who have made us, but it is he who has made us, and in him do we live, breathe, and have our being. He simply said, remember me, St. Luke. Here we'll find that God is telling us to remember him now simply because the grinders, which are our teeth, shall cease. Say the strong man shall bow. Your shoulders are going to get weak. You're going to become frail. Talks about the windows going dark. Your vision will be able to begin to fade. And you'll have to do like old brother Eason. Get you an extra pair of windows to look out of.
Come on now,
because they're starting to grow dim. Your run will come to a walk. Your switch will become to a drag. Your Coca-Cola Gonna become a milk jug. Your papa gonna become a simple sagging worm. Anybody ever seen that horse on the Little Rascals? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's coming sooner or later. That horse at one time had a straight back.
Yeah.
But you look at that horse and he got a shoe in his back. The poorest horse I ever seen. Men will get to their poor state. Women will get to their poor state. And the only thing that's going to help us along is that we remember our Creator. We must understand that He stepped out of nowhere, took nothing and made everything. But the pleasures in this life cause us to turn our head from our pride. The pleasures of this life, the increase of this life, the substance of this life, we act as if we gave the increase. You begin to look over and have a conversation with Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke recorded these words, that after this rich man had a great increase. Somebody know about increase. Somebody that had a horse come in somewhere or another. So somebody that had a paycheck. Somebody that had $2.50 somewhere along the line. As soon as you got it, you start to think about the pleasures of this life. And you forget all about the Creator. You start to think about the created. And then you start to look for excuses to turn away from God. You say, try to be smart now.
Yeah.
A man should enjoy the fruits of his labor. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. But what is life without God? Solomon said, when you will say to yourself that I have no pleasure in them. The word pleasure comes from the root word to please. To please means to satisfy and delight. Something that we have in common because we're wrapped up in flesh. And our chief choice is to satisfy and delight ourselves. But the Lord has said ain't nothing wrong with satisfying and delight. Just remember me. But in this case, the man had got caught up in his wealth.